Hey guys, Malika here from Malika Semper Astrology, and let's look at each individual sign for the whole entire year of 2026 and see what's coming in for you guys. First, I'm going to start with Aries because why not? Aries loves to be first. So, looking at the year in review for you guys, Aries. You have a couple things going on, more than a couple things going on. First of all, the planet Pluto is going to be very, very supportive to you, which is a good thing because Pluto, when he's not supportive, can be quite tricky. So Pluto's going to be in a sextile for the whole entire year for you guys, Aries, especially those born between March 21st and March 25th. Pluto comes in and supports you in going deep, recognizing your power and control and how to use that for your own self-empowerment. He can come in and bring in great lessons of healing and transformation this year for you. And then the other piece happening is that Neptune is going to be sitting right on top of you for the whole entire year as well, Aries. Especially those born between March 21st and March 24th. You're going to feel the influence of Aries, of Neptune, which is a softening. It is a recognition that your spirituality is important. A lot of you guys might be feeling your spirituality coming to the very forefront of your lives, especially those early degree Aries, right? And it can also feel a little bit confusing, a little bit cloudy. This feeling of floating, this feeling of moving slowly, it's like running through water, essentially, when Aries just wants to run and get to it already. However, the power of this is your connection with spirituality, your connection with the other realms, right? So you guys have this available to you the whole entire year. Now, moving into January, the start of the year, we start the year January 3rd with the full moon in Cancer at 13 degrees of Cancer. And this full moon is not the most comfortable for you, Aries. You know, Cancer squares you, and you can just really feel the tension of this particular full moon at the very beginning of the year, especially those Aries born between March 31st and April 6th. Okay. It's a little squirmy. There's a tension you guys want to exert, and that full moon in Cancer has you going inward a bit. Okay. Now January 7th or 17th comes along, and our lovely planet Venus, the planet that affects our relationships down here on Earth, Venus is going to enter Aquarius. And this is going to feel really good for you guys, Aries, in how you approach relationship. Aquarius sextiles your particular archetype and it supports you. And so you can really feel the love of relationships for all of January. There's an ease, there's a flow to your personal relationships where your heart is met. Good news, right? Then on January 23rd, we have the planet Mars, our physical energy and our drive and our motivation, also entering Aquarius. You and Aquarius energy get along really well. And so this is supportive of your physical energy, your motivation, your inspiration. It helps you to get up and go and do and conquer. So when Mars moves into Aquarius, this is going to give you a boost of energy right around January 23rd, on January 23rd. Then we move into February, Aries, and we have on February 1st, there's a full moon in Leo. This feels good to you guys, okay? So, you know, Leo is your fire sister sign, and Aries, you feel the passion and you feel the fire ignite with this beautiful trine energy. You can really flourish and shine bright in all your fire, all your passion, all your exertion, February 1st, moving into February with that beautiful full moon in Leo. This is really supportive of you for you. Now, mid-February, February 13th, it's sort of like you guys have to shape up a bit, Aries. Saturn enters Aries once again. And Saturn brings a lot of lessons to you guys. A lot of it's time to grow up. It's time to be the adult. Where do I show up with my maturity? Right? So mid-February, February 13th, especially those of you Aries born between March 21st and April 4th, you guys are going to feel it the most for the rest of the year. Okay. And so having Aries, having Saturn right on top of you for the rest of the year, it can feel like it's a year of work for those born between March 21st, April 4th. It's a year of work. It's a year of showing up with our sort of like all our ducks in a row. It's a year where we can do hard things. We can show up, we can sort of climb the mountain and reach the top. But the main word being work, right? We're working towards something. We're putting in the effort this year, Aries. That's for sure. Let's look at this first eclipse coming in mid-February and how it's going to affect you. So February 17th, we have a solar eclipse in Aquarius, Aries, a new moon solar eclipse. You're loving it. This is a good energy for you guys, right? You're feeling the love of this happy um, uh, sextile. So, that solar eclipse can have you really, it's a new moon, so we're moving inward, Aries, but it's an energy that allows you to truly be yourself and to find your authentic self without apologizing for who you are, without hiding your fire and your passion that month, mid-February. And it just allows for beautiful, authentic self-expression to come out in a cohesive way for you, Aries. And then we move into March, the beginning of March, March 6th, Venus enters your sign for the rest of the month. This creates harmonious and peaceful relationships and love coming into your world. And even harmonious, peaceful relationships with finances and money coming up to the forefront. But it does give you a sense of really strong passion, courage, and strength when it comes to your relationships. It's a beautiful time where you just feel blessed. You can feel lucky in love in March. Um, you can feel lucky in finances in March, okay? So it's just a feel-good month for you there. Now, April is a really big month for you guys. April, we have, count them, you guys, 6 planets in Aries. That is so, so much energy in Aries. That's kind of crazy. We have the sun, we have the moon, we have Mercury, we have Mars, we have Saturn, we have Neptune. 6 planets in Aries. You guys are like the star of the show and more, right? So you guys are really feeling yourselves in the month of April, and so are we. We're all feeling this and very expansive, very exciting, very motivating energy that comes in with all these planets in Aries. You guys are the main character in April. You guys are center stage, and you can probably feel that Aries energy just igniting you, inspiring you, asking you to show up in all your fiery cardinal leadership energy. Okay. And then mid-April, it doesn't stop there. You guys have the new moon arriving. You guys are the ruler of the new moon coming in April 17th at 27 degrees Aries. Okay. So this is like new beginnings. We set the stage for something new. We clear out the old, we plant the seeds, and it's a really beautiful start of sort of like a new cycle for you guys, Aries. So you rule the sky April 17th, giving everyone this exciting energy of what do I want to create? What do I want to bring in? Especially for you, Aries. So really being intentional April 17th with that beautiful new moon coming in under your sign. Later that month, April 23rd, we have Venus entering Gemini. So she leaves your sign and she moves along gracefully into the sign of Gemini. This still feels really good to you because Gemini is air, and that air sign works really well with your fire, right? So it's a beautiful sextile energy. So it gives you this energy and this lift and the spark in your love life. And very supportive in your love life through April. Okay. And then May, we move into May, May 17th. We have the planet of communication leaving your sign, leaving Taurus, and moving into Gemini. And so now communications seem to come into the forefront. And for you guys, when the planet of communication is in Gemini, it just works for you. It truly does. So mid-May, it gives you this inspirational energy to your conversations. You guys could be amazing motivational speakers mid-May. Okay. So really taking the opportunity to express yourself, there's an ease and a flow of words that comes in for you mid-May. The very next day, May 18th, 2026, the planet of love, Venus, enters Cancer. And this is where things get a little bit tricky for you guys. Remember, Aries, you and Cancer, there's a little bit of clunkiness with this energy, and you really sort of need to figure out how to play well with Cancer. And so when the planet of relationships moves into this very challenging sign for you, it's going to affect your relationships here, okay? So May 18th, mid-May, you can struggle within relationships for the rest of the month of May. You just need to be a little bit more mindful. You know, this very outward expression you have of passion and love and the initiator of a lot of things in your life is softening, and it's getting a little bit more introverted and reflective, which isn't necessarily Aries' strong suit. So figuring out how to work with relationships, mid-May through the rest of that month is going to be part of the work that comes in here. Now, the very last day of May, May 31st, we have a full moon coming in at Sagittarius, and this brings your spark back. You love Sagittarius, you get along really well with them. And when the whole entire sky lights up with Sagittarius energy and light, you feel good under the sky. It gives you your spark, it gives you your fire, it gives you your drive, and you love this sort of trine energy between you and Sagittarius. So we're ending May with a bang, and we're moving into June 1st, where communications now can get a little bit tricky for you. So June, the very first day of June, we have that planet Mercury of communication moving into Cancer, giving you a harder time with communications. It's squaring you. And so for the all of June, you're going to have to work a little bit harder at being understood. You're going to have to work a little bit harder at, letting your words land in a harmonious way. There could be misunderstandings in June for you guys, Aries. Misunderstandings, saying what you want to say, but it just misses the mark a little bit, or people have a harder time understanding you, what you meant to say. There could be some hurt feelings around words. There can be moodiness around conversations coming in. So just being a bit more mindful with the way you communicate for all of June 2026. Then mid-June, you guys get a relief in relationships. Venus is going to enter Leo, and that brings you your spark back within relationships, okay? You like this energy. The fire is back. There's a twinkle in your eye again come mid-June, as you sort of approach relationships, your next love victim, let's say. You just got it again for the whole rest of the month of June, okay? Um, it's back. It's back. You have the language of love again and the ability to connect a little bit easier within your relationships. Towards the end of June, June 28th, we have that planet of energy, Mars, moving into Gemini. This is going to give you your energy back as well. This is giving Aries a little pep in your step, if you will. It's a beautiful sextile. You really like your Gemini people, right? It's the air of Gemini that meets with the fire of Aries and creates a lot of big energy. So that's going to feel really good for you guys as far as your energy goes towards the end of June. Then the very next day, June 29th, we have a beautiful full moon in Capricorn. And here Aries gets a little bit annoyed again. So the very end of June, the sky is lighting up under Capricorn energy. You and Capricorn, there is some work to be done in understanding each other. So this is not the most comfortable ending of the month for you in June. The full moon lands at 8 degrees of Capricorn. And so this will be, yes, challenging for Aries, but especially Aries born between March 27th and April 1st. You guys got to work the hardest at being mindful. Okay. Now, starting July, the party really comes in for you guys, Aries. Jupiter. Jupiter trines, as Jupiter moves into Leo, he's going to trine you guys for the rest of the year. We love Jupiter. Jupiter is blessings, he is abundance, he brings in opportunities, he expands us, he sort of makes our wishes come true. And he's supporting Aries this year from July onward through the end of the year as he moves into Leo. And this is going to bring in opportunities and open doorways, especially for, Jupiter goes from 0 degrees Leo to 27 degrees Leo. So actually, it's for the whole expanse of Aries. If you are in Aries, you are being supported. Doesn't matter when your birthday is, all of Aries, you're being supported by Jupiter energy from July on through the rest of the year. So put your wishes out there and then watch as opportunities come in starting July through December 2026. Okay, good to know so that you can use this energy. Then we have mid-July. We have a new moon coming in Cancer. And remember, Cancer energy makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Okay. So July 14th, new moon at 21 degrees of Cancer. It can make you a little moody, a little weepy, a little tender and vulnerable. Not your favorite state to be in. It's a square. It creates tension. So mid-July, there's that challenge of emotion coming in for Aries, especially if you're born between April 9th and April 13th. So watch for that. Then we have July 26th, we have Saturn going retrograde in Aries for the rest of the year. Okay, so Aries born between March 26th and April 6th, this is right on top of you. So if your birthday lands between March 26th and April 6th, it's just a time of reflection on the hard work that you have done this year, on the challenges that have come in and how you have sort of faced them and looked at them. Okay. So it's a time of reflection, on the hard work and the challenges that you have faced so far this year. Then we have also August 11th, we have that planet of energy Mars moves into Cancer. And this is going to slow you down a bit, Aries. So in August, there's a slowing down and you can get annoyed with this particular energy. It'll be in Cancer. The planet of energy will be in Cancer for the rest of August. And so for you, there is a requirement to slow down a bit, Aries, in August, and how to be okay with that, how to find the patience for the slow pace and not scream in frustration, right? When Mars is in Cancer in August. Then August 12th, we have another eclipse coming in. We have a new moon eclipse at 20 degrees of Leo. And so with this new moon in Leo, this is going to feel good for you. This eclipse actually revitalizes you a bit. It makes you do a happy dance because this is a lovely trine energy. Aries, you love your Leos. You get along with them well. They're supportive energy to you. So really relishing in this particular eclipse coming in August 12th. Okay. Moving into September, towards the end of September, you guys are also going to reap the benefits. You guys are the star of the show in September. You have that full moon coming in under your sign in September, September 26th. We have a full moon at 3 degrees of Aries. And so this feels good for you guys. Okay. This is like you're back, you have your spark, you have your fire, you're the boss, you're the initiator, you're the inspirer, you feel motivated, you have your energy back. And especially those Aries born between March 21st and March 27th, you're really, really going to feel this. So if you're in Aries from 0 degrees to 6 degrees, this full moon is right on top of you. It's your time to shine, okay? September, towards the end of September. And then we start to move into the holidays of 2026. So on November 24th, which is just 2 days before Thanksgiving, 2026, we have a beautiful new moon coming in Gemini. And this feels good to you. Remember, Aries, you guys love your Geminis. It's air meeting fire. And so it does bring in an influx of energy for you, Aries. This is a sextile energy and it just feels good. You guys will feel the desire to connect with people, especially intellectually, to really express yourself, to say what's on your heart and your mind, and to build that intellectual connection with others tends to be smooth for you guys around Thanksgiving. Then we have right around Christmas of 2026. We're going to have a full moon in Cancer. Remember what we said about Cancer, Aries. You guys might be a little bit grumpy around the Christmas table in 2026 because it's that moody energy that comes in under a full moon in Cancer. We tend to want to come inside when there is a full moon in Cancer and we get a little bit moody, we get a little bit more quiet, and we're looking for that really deep emotional connection, the closeness. And that can be a little bit irritating for Aries, honestly. And so this full moon in Cancer, December 23rd, 2026, those of you Aries that were born between March 21st and March 26th are going to feel this the most. Okay. So there's your forecast, Aries, for 2026. I hope that that was helpful. And now you sort of know where to jump in, where to back off, when you might feel the work of the heavens challenging you, and also when you will feel like you're totally in the flow and you have your spark back. All right, you guys, thank you for watching, and we will continue on with a Taurus forecast next.